This is the Economizer mechanical drive system. It's powered by a 9 horsepower Honda engine. It has a 6-to-1 gearbox reduction unit. It is also a electric start unit. The system was designed with a horizontal shaft engine so that all of the chains and sprocketry could be orientated in the vertical position. The chains loosen up over time. In the vertical position, the chain will stay on the sprockets. Within our gearing, we control the speed of the spinner shaft and the conveyor system. We have a 12-volt electric clutch. This gives us the on-off capability within the cab to turn the conveyor and the spinner system on and off. The main transmission drive of the Economizer mechanical unit is a 1-to-1 gearbox, and it's used on all of our mechanical drive assemblies. An additional feature is a shear sprocket assembly that if the load was to become frozen or stuck, that the shear pin would break, resulting in the stopping of the conveyor chain, resulting in no damage to the unit. The material options on the Economizer hoppers is 304 stainless and painted hot roll steel. The two width units that we build currently today are 50 inches wide and 80 inches wide, and anywhere from 5 feet long to 9 feet long. Each side is formed in a single sheet of stainless steel, in this case 304, and formed with a 45-degree angle to allow free flow of the material to the chain, supported by a minimum of 3 gussets welded to the hopper body and to form base channels. All of our hoppers are fully welded on the outside seams, and structural bends are put in to stiffen the body of the hopper itself. On the inside, we have a stitch weld system, and on the bottom of the hopper we weld in what we call chain guides, which actually reduces the torque required for the engine to pull the chain through the sand system. Attached to the hopper are mounting plates used to mount the conveyor system and the motors. We install wood runners on the bottom of all of our hoppers to allow for easy clean out of material that spills into the truck floor and can be easily washed out, and it also protects the truck bed. Our units are different in the fact that we use a woven mesh rather than a welded wire mesh. Across the top of the hopper we weld in a balanced lifting eye, doubling as 2 supports. An option inverted V is mounted on the inside of the hopper to help prevent the bridging of the sand, and it actually takes the sand and pushes it to the outside wall of the spreader. The undercarriage, or the conveyor system, other than being shorter or longer, is all the same. So whether or not you have a 1.3 yard capacity spreader or a 5 yard 9-foot cubic capacity spreader, the carriage or the conveyor systems are identical. Where the drive shaft is, where the drive sprockets are, we have a 1-inch shaft supported on both sides by 2 4-bolt bearings, which have their own grease fittings. To the shaft, we add 2 8-inch cast iron 8-tooth sprockets, and then the pintle chain, the self-cleaning pintle chain, that gets attached to the front and rear of the conveyor system. Runs up through the hopper and delivers the sand out the back of the hopper. On a 1-inch shaft, we have 2 take-up bearings adjusted automatically through a system that is unique to Torwell. We weld a stainless tube to the body of the unit and include inside this tube a couple of rivets and a spring, which keeps constant tension on the bearing, keeping force on the front of the chain, which always keeps the conveyor chain taut. And it prevents it from dragging on the truck bed or becoming so loose that it spins off of the driving sprockets. When the adjustment on the inside tension spring gets to its end, you just adjust in the take-up bolt further, and you have another 2 inches of travel before you have to change out the chain. Underneath the body, we put a tubing that we run the conveyor chain over so that it keeps it up off the truck bed floor. As part of the hopper assembly, we include an adjustable gate to the rear of the hopper. This allows for just a release of the lever nut and an up and down motion to either close the gate for less material flow out the door to the spinner disc or open the gate for more. Included on all of our Economizer models, except for the Hydro Spread, are hoods that protect the engine, gas tank, or hydraulic tanks on any of the units so that sand and foreign material don't get inside or poured on top of the engines.